My good friends, we have been deceived not once, but twice. 18 years ago, Rockstar broke our hearts with Ryder's betrayal. This left many people confused, upset. People began to analyze the game's missions, cutscenes, and dialogue. They needed an answer, in which they would find, and come to an agreement that Ryder was never meant to betray CJ or the GSF. But let me stop you, because you don't understand the game like you think. Let me show you something that you miss in the game's introduction. In the game's introduction, we see a conversation between Ryder and Big Smoke. They discuss the benefits of joining the drug ring ran by Crash and the local syndicate. This conversation is genuine, not forced by Rockstar, as some had speculated. But oh god, that's not all. MC8, Ryder's voice actor, confirmed that Rockstar had paid him for these lines. This suggests that Ryder was involved with the plot against Sweet Johnson from the beginning. But what's often overlooked in the introduction is a crucial detail. You can see the green saber leaving various locations and head into Grove Street to target Sweet. But wait, take a look at where it's coming from. Last time I checked, this wasn't El Corona, so this means that Emmett was involved too. You see, this alleyway leads to his gun dealing business known as the Yard. This became clear to me when I revisited the mission 9s and AKs. During the mission, CJ visits Sweet's house and asks Ryder about the gang's guns. Ryder claims that they're low on weapons due to a police raid. So CJ brings up Emmett, who's associated with the Seville Boulevard families, who proudly served the community for over 30 years and has been selling guns to the GSF since 1962. But literally everyone just shits on Emmett.
Emmett, on the other hand, ain't got shit.
But even with all this going on, Big Smoke agrees to take him over there. Emmett ends up pointing the gun at CJ for too long. And no, it's not a case of mistaken identity with CJ's deceased brother Little Brian. I mean, good God, CJ was grown in 1992, while Brian died 5 years ago at the age of like 10. So he definitely meant Sweet Johnson, and then saved himself by saying Little Brian. Emmett may be old, but he's not dumb. He would even bring up CJ's mom's death, hinting that he felt bad for supplying the gun, used in the drive-by shooting that killed her. Emmett definitely had a motive. You see, the Grove Street families had stopped buying guns from him, so we needed a little cheddar, especially with Sweet's anti-drug policy. And let's be real, he can't compete with ammunition, which neighbors his very legal business. You see, Big Smoke and Ryder likely approached him for help, promising him a lot of wealth in return, especially since Ryder had ties to Seville Boulevard through his friend LB, which seems a bit suspicious, as Seville Boulevard families were actively targeting Sweet and had attacked Temple Drive families for an unknown reason, as verified by Big Smoke. Ryder even had unused dialogue suggesting he owed money to LB.
LB sweat me for my last deal. So LB get his money when I got it.
Which makes me wonder, was this a way to pay off his debt to LB? This would explain why the stash is always in LB's garage in Playa del Seville. However, this would contradict, because in the mission he claims to have less respect for other family gangs.
I don't like this, man. Look at all them other family hoods. They used to be Grove Streets.
Which doesn't make sense. So I began my investigation and it left me down the road of possibilities. So I took a look at the mission Reuniting the Families, a mission aimed at bringing peace among the family sets, which the SAPD would drop in, arresting and killing family members. You see, the rules were quite simple. Only 3 leaders per set inside, and this meeting was about reuniting the families, so there shouldn't have been no family members inside with guns. This had to be a setup to kill Sweet Johnson, especially when you consider why Emmett gave Ryder an AK-47 when he ran off.
Hey man, I'm running low.
I got a K here.
Just fucking ass, Pete.
Yeah, well, Emmett ain't the Pentagon.
You got it on Emmett? Shit.
Like, where did he go? The SAPD raid may have not been part of the plan, but I do believe that Ryder and Big Smoke orchestrated this as an attempt on Sweet's life. And you might wonder, why didn't they leave Sweet in the hotel then? The answer is simple. Sweet would have been locked up, but he would still have power over the GSF. I mean, we're playing a game where respect is everything, so leaving him alive jeopardized their plans to take over the families in the drug trade of LS. I think that Ryder and Big Smoke were more so traitors to the Johnson family rather than the family's gang, and would have cut ties with the Ballas towards the end of their deal with the Sanfio Reefer and local syndicate. I mean, my theory ain't too far off. Ryder had a history of selling drugs like PCP and weed before 1992, so this is more so in line for his character. But I know a lot of you would disagree, but take the time to look at it yourself. But this is your boy, LS Central, checking out.